DODI releases.
The longer you're here...
You have... Oh. Huh. I cannot see the lot. Ah. I must act on thought. Things are beginning to... This will not get me in. Magnifique.
The longer you're here... How should I know?
So... You... Is there something I... Come, my little grey cells. Some would say a lucky guess. Order and method. Aha.
Certainly, officer. Madame is the one with the...
Aren't we all? Merci. Finally, it is.
What exactly?
If I am to serve just.
The girl is...
Everyone deserves to tell their. Mademoiselle Florette,
Please, officer,
please.
relax. So you don't think I took the break?
Uh,
I didn't even know it was missing till...
there must be.
Huh? Rihanna, the cook is away, so I had to fetch break.
From what I understand of Madame Van den Bosch,
Not best pleased? I thought she was going to batter me to death with a baguette. I hid in the kitchen and then tried to stay out of sight in the lounge until breakfast was over.
perhaps a brave move under the circumstances.
Madame... I... Now...
Merci. Aha. Ah. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Ah. I must take a different. The pieces of the puzzle. I must act on thought. I must take a different approach. Come, my little grape. Another success. This will not get me any. Is there something I am? Order and method. What a revet. I should not be surprised. I cannot see the logic in this. This will not get me any... Another success. Huh.
Anything to Yes.
At whose request? Merci.
Certainly, officer. The lounge? A package?
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my... Why, yes, officer. I misplaced it after wiping a stain.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed...
Besides the terrible rain? No. I woke, began my duties with Mademoiselle. I had already laid out a clean dress. I helped her into it and prepared her for the day before getting...
And the bracelet was still there.
I'm sure of it. Madame is under a great deal of stress.
And this morning, it sounds as though it was...
It's not the... Madame's scolding of Fleurette this morning was the worst I have seen.
Could there have been another...
Madame was not...
Merci. I cannot see the logic in this. Things are beginning to... Some would say a lot. I should not be surprised.
Certainly, officer. How could I not be?
Especially being able to draw similarity.
But...
Mademoiselle, I am an officer of the law. It is my duty...
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relations.
But he means...
Oh, officer. At first, it...
Love.
The mere thought of him the summer evening. He looked ever so standing there. Oh, I'm sorry, officer.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching... Merci. Come, my little grey cells. I must act on... Is there something... Order and method. That... I must take a different... The pieces of the... What a revelation!
What are you doing there?
Merci for the one.
The longer you're here... Maman is never...
And how does she react?
Maman had...
That is how
She...
you... Magnifique. Ah. Oh. Ah. Aha.
What are you doing there? I wouldn't get too close.
Merci for... Oh. Aha.
The longer you're here... is... Ah, why don't you...
As you have been...
Certainly, officer. Now I think of it, I don't recall seeing her memento tin. She holds...
Merci.
The longer you're here...
You have... Huh. Ah. Aha.
Really, officer?
Merci. Oh. Ah. Huh. Oh. What a revelation! The pieces of the... I should not be surprised.
Really, officer? If you have something to ask, officer, I suggest you stop wasting my time further and... I have already told... I am not sure what you are trying to imply, officer, but I will remind you of my position in this house and my standing with your superiors. The position of this family has and will remain the same. I am the lady of the house, and I will do. Officer, you have wasted enough.
My intention was not to anger you, madame.
If you have something to ask, officer, I suggest you stop wasting my time further and just get on with it. And this is how she repays me. I doubted you're a bit... It is challenging at times, I will admit. I have tried my best to provide for Angeline.
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt.
And you have done nothing.
I must act on... I cannot see the logic. Order and method. Another success. Is there something... Magnifique.
Anything to... She never used to be such a witch. When the Viscount was alive, she was much nicer. He was the head of the house, he gave the orders, and he treated us right. I would have gone long ago, monsieur, but my family can't afford for me to be picky about my employment.
I was not aware you were supporting.
Papa lost his job at the factory just before he left for good, so Mama had to work even more. When I joined the Van den Bosch house, the Viscount was very kind. I didn't think he would care, but he wanted to help. He gave me some extra in my first pay pack, enough to keep the landlord from kicking Mama out at least. He even let me to go home and visit Mama and my brothers at Christmas, with a food parcel. When I walked in Mama's house,
The valuables in the...
Someone should tell Madame.
I will uncover the truth of what happened today, mademoiselle. Merci. I must take a different... This will not get me... Come, my little great... Some would say a lucky guess.
Certainly, officer. You have found the culprit?
Everything will be revealed.
Of course.
Merci, Mademoiselle Elizabeth, for...
She stormed past me not long ago, and I've not...
Very well. Under usual circumstances, this morning started like any other. My usual...
A crime I've been...
That I shall come to. I began my investigation outside, but it was not long before I... Florette, your time here at the house has not always been the easiest for you.
I do what Madame tells me.
And to the highest standard, I presume.
Madame's standards are very high. I do my best.
And you would at least expect fair...
Monsieur.
I refer to how poorly Madame Van der...
That is Maman you're talking about.
It is nothing but the truth I speak. All the while, Mademoiselle stands by and does not even notice such cruelty. That must have... Perhaps you thought it...
Stop trying to put...
I am merely giving her a voice.
Maybe I do think she does...
A motive, begin.
You're just trying to get me to admit... I was only trying...
You must have known how Madame would have reacted to your late return.
She's...
But nonetheless, you were willing... And that show of loyalty... Because of such willingness to... You had no viable way of taking the...
I told you!
It is evidence not even she... Mademoiselle Elizabeth, you have been with the Van den Bosch family for quite some time now.
That is correct.
You have grown close with both...
Of course. And I certainly hope they feel the same.
You yourself told me, Madame...
Elizabeth?
A love that is reminiscent...
If you don't stop, I will tell...
It may be a tone you do not like, but it...
I'm sorry. This isn't how I wanted you...
What are you talking...
Luke and I...
Luke?
For fear of Madame and her rule, and if neither of you had employment, there would be no way to pay for a wedding, perhaps.
It was never our plan to go behind yours or Madame's.
You too?
Yes. Well, no. Not today, as Officer Poirot suspects.
It is not always what one thinks, or how something may appear, rather where the evidence points. And that is to Mademoiselle Angeline.
You can't believe I would hide my own bracelet. I have... How dare... You can't actually believe I would hide my own...
If you didn't, explain to me how your memento tin with the bracelet inside came to be lodged inside the chimney of your bedroom fireplace.
You have no proof I put...
Besides you being the only one in the room alone, even after finding the bracelet, until I contemplated why Madame was selling so many heirlooms and art.
You had no right to snoop through our house in the first place.
When it is part of my investigation, I have every right, Mademoiselle. The unpaid bills and final notice from the telephone company.
Maman can do what she wants with her art.
But when there was no more art to sell, what then? So, you staged a burglary pretending it had been taken, preventing her from selling it. Then you stood back as the innocent...
She didn't think about me at all. She was going to take my bracelet. I didn't think Maman would blame her. I didn't think she would do anything.
But she did. And somehow that evidently didn't cross...
Maman can't know what I have done. She will be furious.
But Mademoiselle Florette will be proved no crime has been committed. It is time you considered. And now, you must face them head on.
Maman, you're...
Of course I am.
Major, I can assure...
From what I have heard,
The missing bracelet has been...
I am well aware that the...
I am sure Madame Van den Bosch has... After...
I certainly hope.
I'm sorry, Maman, he's right.
Shh, girl. I will not have...
Officer Poirot, Madame Van den Bosch was forced to make...
Major, with all...
This may be how some officers act in the insubordinate...
As the ranking officer, I have...
Ranking officer? Ha! You are... After what I have heard of your past...
We...
Now I suggest you do your...
Right. I'm sorry, mademoiselle.
Maman was right.
We will do everything we can.
What can you...
A crime that was never committed.
Angeline did not intend for you to be arrested.
I should have known better.
What you saw today was not justice. In the eyes of the...
But that doesn't help my employment, does it?
That I cannot save. But your freedom. I shall make sure of that.
Detective Poirot, I trust this finds you well. It has been many years since our paths last crossed, and while I'm sure your recollection of the events may differ from mine, I hope that receiving this letter has not rekindled a sense of animosity toward myself or the Van der Bosch name. The impression you made is something that has stayed with me since that day. It compelled me to reconsider the spoilt young lady I would have inevitably become and helped shape me into the woman I wished to be. You made me see the childish and selfish girl in me that did not consider the consequences of her actions or how they may affect others. Although Maman may see the events of that day differently, I believe the compassion you showed for our mate Florette, as well as the drive to uncover the truth and accept no alternative, was a testament to your character and professionalism. Although I wish it were under different circumstances, your assistance is once again required, and I hope you will consider this as my formal request for your service. This forthcoming weekend was due to be one full of joy and happiness at the announcement of my engagement to Gideon Demir, whom I love dearly, bringing together two illustrious families, but it has been shadowed by deceit, extortion, and blackmail. The Van der Bosch name is being held to ransom by a mysterious party, and I am afraid I do not know who I can and cannot trust. We are holding a small gathering to celebrate our exciting news with what Maman calls the dignified elite, those that are well respected and held in high regard in both our close inner circle and society. Our private matters have always remained just that, so I fear one of those invited may be the person who is out to ruin our name, but for reasons I cannot fathom. I have enclosed a first-class rail ticket for you to join us for the announcement, and having contacted your superiors and the correct authorities to request your assistance, which they were more than happy to grant me, I shall expect your arrival with great anticipation. There shall be a carriage waiting for you at the station to bring you directly to Mnemosyne House. I thank you in advance in our time of crisis. Yours respectfully, Angeline van der Bosch.